Principle number 4. Twinning. This is a foundation principle.
Twinning is a principle that you can use in both ways, positive or negative, depending on the problem you have to solve. You can force parallels to make the piece look good, or you will have to break them in order to give it more flow. And if they are used in the proper way, you will create a lot of momentum flow within your piece. So let's break this down.
If you want to see Cobre doing one of these from scratch, go to artisthub.studio.
This principle will help with the swag of your piece. Let's do it with an H. You have an H like that, it could be very boring because they are parallels and that's what you have to break. Even if you want to make it with an I, you can do it like that and that's already better. Or like that and that's even better. Or you can play with all the shapes. Even you can go super crazy with it if you want. If you know that's an H, it's okay. Let's say you have a T in this area and then you have like an R in this area. You will try to fill those holes with the other letter. To see this in an easier way, let's focus on a letter at a time. And those letters are the ones that have symmetrical structure, like the A. This is pretty much the same one than that. We should make it totally different. We have to try to create different shapes, even using SCI or one shorter than the other. Try to create a little rhythm. They have to be different. This is boring. We apply the same thing with, let's say, the B. Both of these curves, they shouldn't be the same. It's better if we create something like that. You know, we have tons of opportunities to create different stuff. It happens also with the E. We have the opportunity to create cool stuff like that. And then the M and S shouldn't be that symmetrical. We shouldn't be using the same curve in one side and the other. It's way better if we break that. You know, we have the opportunity to do crazy stuff with it. Even the U would be like that. The U is hard, but you will find how to do it. Also the V, X, W. Let's say you have an A like that, and then you have an R like that. These are parallels, but since they are different letters, it will help with the momentum flow. And it's not going to work here, it will work in the whole piece like I showed you before. Like that, same parallel, and so on. What I liked here with my H was that this shorter one was filling the gap of the T, but I didn't want it to be boring. That's why I created with an S over here, and I had to change it. And maybe using a C here was better, right? So I didn't want it to have all like vertical sticks. That's why I made them with a C shape, and they are all parallels in the same way. It's pretty much the same C translated to the rest of the others. Okay, let's see it on the project piece, which is this one. We have the parallels that I showed you before, this with that one, with this, with this, with this, with that, with that, with that. Those are all parallels. And the other ones are the parallels that I had to use in the opposite way to create more swag, to create more contrast. Like instead of doing an A like that, it could be very similar to this, I had to do it like that because I have an opposite curve in this one. Like here in my H, I went like that. I break the parallel there because it looked cool to me. I could have done something like that and I would have this parallel with this one, but I wanted to break it and I went to the other side. I went like that. The very symmetrical thing doesn't work. It's better if you create something with a much more appealing silhouette. It's another principle, we want to see that later, but you have to think about that flow.
That was it for this principle. Click here and there if you want to see the previous or next. If you really liked it, subscribe to the channel and like the video.